right, let's do some stretching and strengthen and tone our muscles while we do it. So first of all, let's just get moving. Let's just walk in place, swing your arms around. Let's just get our bodies warmed up. So just walking in place, moving our arms. And let's start stretching. Let's go ahead and reach up for the ceiling. Just reach nice and tall. Hold that stretch. And let's relax it down. Take it a little bigger this time. Let's reach on up, go on up to tiptoe. Hold that stretch and relax it down. And again, let's go ahead and reach up for the ceiling, up on tiptoes. This time when we go down, let's go ahead and drop our weight down onto our heels, like that. And relax it down. And again, let's go ahead and reach up on tiptoe. Hold that there. Let's drop it down again. Those heel drops help increase your bone density throughout your whole skeleton. Let's go ahead and reach on up. Hold that stretch. Drop it down and relax. And again, reach on up. Hold that stretch. Drop that heel down and relax. Last one of these. Go ahead and reach on up. Hold that stretch. Drop it down and relax. Now we'll go into a quadricep stretch, which is the front of your thigh. So you want to hold onto your foot and stand up nice and tall, working on your balance. If you're worried about your balance, you could do these close to a counter and hold on, or a table if you need to. Hold that stretch, pulling up with your arm. You want to work your arm while you're stretching the front of your thigh. Hold that stretch. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So release, nice and tall. Go ahead and grab onto your foot and try and pull it toward the back of your leg. Hold that stretch. If you need to, you can hold on, but I hope that you can try working on not holding on. Hold that stretch. Stretching the front of your thigh. And let's go ahead and release, and let's repeat it again. Nice and tall. Grab onto your foot. Pull with your arm. Stand up nice and tall. Hold that stretch. Stretching the front of your thigh. Hold that stretch. And let's release it. And last one of these, nice and tall. Grab your foot. Bring it in. Stretching that quadricep. So stretching that muscle will help with your knee joint. Helps keep your knee joint nice and loose. Prevent or treating arthritis. Hold, standing nice and tall. Hold that stretch. And let's go ahead and release. This time we're gonna put one foot out in front of you. Bend your standing leg, keep this leg straight. Stand up nice and tall. Just lean over at your hips and reach for your toe. Just keep your toe relaxed. Reach for that foot. Really try and reach with your arms. Let's work your arms while you're stretching the back of your thigh. So hold that stretch. Stretching the hamstring in the back of the thigh. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Let's do the other side. Nice and tall, foot goes out. Relax your foot and reach for your toe. Hold that stretch. Again, if you need to hold on to, you can. Hold that stretch. Reach with your arms, stretching the back of your thigh. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Let's go back to the first leg. Nice and tall. Foot goes out. Let's lean it over. Reach for your toe. Hamstrings cross both your knee and your hip joint. So those will help prevent arthritis in both those areas. Reach with your hands. Let's strengthen your arms while we stretch. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Last one of these. Nice and tall. Foot out. Lean over. And reach with your hands. Hold that stretch. That standing leg is working to hold you up. Hold that stretch. And let's release. This time, let's stand up nice and tall. We're gonna bend one knee and bring it up to our chest. You can grab on behind your thigh and pull your knee up. Really try and work your arms while you stretch. So this is stretching the back of your upper thigh and the glutes area also. Hold that stretch. Again, helping those hips. Hold that stretch, pulling with your arms. And let's go ahead and release. Let's switch sides. Nice and tall. Both hands behind your leg and pull it up. Again, if you need to use just one hand and hold on, that's okay. Hold that stretch. Stretching those glutes. Hold that stretch. Work with your arms, working on balance too at the same time. And let's release. First leg again. Stand up nice and tall. Grab behind your leg. Pull it towards you. So feel that standing leg is working. Hold that stretch. Really pull with your arms the whole time. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Last one of these. Nice and tall. Grab behind your leg. Pull it up. Hold that stretch. Work your arms. Stand up nice and tall. Hold that stretch. And let's release. All right, let's stretch some upper body. So nice and tall, feet planted apart. And we're gonna bring one arm across and reach as far as you can. Really reach with your arm, across your body. Hold that stretch, really reaching. This is gonna stretch all down, back of your upper body, into your sides. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Let's go the other way. Nice and tall. Arm goes across. Reach across. Hold that stretch. Hold that stretch. That's going to help with shoulders and even your spine. Hold that stretch. Really reach. And let's release. Let's go back to the first side. So nice and tall. Arm goes across. Really reach. Hold that stretch. Reach with your arm. Work your arms while you're stretching. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Last one of these. Nice and tall. Reach across. Reach with your arm. Stay up nice and tall. Don't round your shoulders. Keep them back. Reach across. And let's relax. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is take a wide stance, so one foot in front of the other, pretty wide apart. We're gonna sit our weight straight down, so that knee goes straight down toward the floor. Make sure to sit up nice and tall. Keep your hips going forward, so you should feel that stretch in these hip flexor muscles right there. Standing up nice and tall, hold that stretch. Legs are working to hold you up. Hold that stretch. And let's release and let's switch sides. So nice and tall, big wide step, dropping down toward that back knee. Keep your hips forward, should feel that stretching those hip flexor muscles. You can probably guess, stretching those hip flexor muscles will help with your hip joint. Hold that stretch. Legs are working. And let's release and back to the first side. So big wide step, nice and tall, sink it down. Keep your hips pushing forward. Feeling it right there. Feeling the legs working everywhere. Hold that stretch. Keep holding. Make sure to stand up nice and tall. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Last one of these. Nice and tall. Wide step. Back toward your back knee. Sinking down. Hold that stretch. Feel those hip flexors. Hold that stretch. Just feel your leg muscles working. And let's release. Now what we're gonna do is take a similar wide stance, but this time we're gonna put our back heel down on the floor, keep our back leg straight, and shift our weight toward our front leg. You should feel us stretching the calf and the back leg. So your weight's going forward, keeping your back heel pressed into the ground. Really try and think of pressing your back heel into the ground as you shift your weight forward. Make sure to stay up nice and tall, don't round your back. Hold that stretch. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So nice and tall, big wide step, back heel goes down, front leg bends, shift your weight forward. Keep that back heel pressed down. So you're trying to pull your weight forward, but keep your back heel pressed down into the floor. Hold that stretch. Stretching out that calf muscle in the back of your calf. Hold that stretch. Should feel those muscles still working. And let's go ahead and release it, and let's repeat the first side. Big wide step, back heel down. Shift your weight forward, press your back heel down into the floor. Feel that work in that calf. Good stretch to do if you ever get a cramp during the night in that muscle. To do this stretch to help relieve that. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Last one of these. Big wide step, back heel presses down, shift your weight forward. Pushing down. Hold that stretch. Pressing your back heel into the ground. Keeping your weight coming forward, but nice and tall. Don't lean over while you do this. Hold that stretch. And let's go ahead and stand up straight again. This time, nice wide stance. Standing up nice and tall. One hand on your hip. Let's reach up and over. Bending over to the side. You should feel that stretching all down the side of your body. It's going to help your shoulders and your spine while you're stretching your lats and your shoulders. Hold that stretch. So you feel your obliques working to hold you up while you stretch. And let's release. Let's go to the other side. So nice and tall, up and over. Really reach. Work your arms. Really think of reaching the whole time with your arm. Make those arm muscles work while you stretch. Hold that stretch. Keep reaching, and let's release. Back to the first side. Nice and tall, arm goes up and over. Stretching that upper back muscle, your lats. Stretching your shoulders. Stretching your obliques. Making your obliques work while you stretch. Reach with your arm, make your arm muscles work. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Last one of these. Nice and tall, reach up and over. Hold that stretch. Really reach. Keep breathing. Hold that stretch. Hold that stretch. Feel it down the side of your body. And let's release. Now let's go ahead and get down on all fours. So we're gonna go down onto our knees, down onto our hands. What we're gonna do now is straighten one leg, push back into your heel. So again, that's gonna stretch your calf, but a little bit differently. You wanna push with your arms to stretch that calf. So you're pushing into the back heel. Hold that stretch. You should feel your arms working while you stretch your calf. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Go back to the other side. Leg goes back. Push and back with your arms. So push the whole time into the floor while you stretch your calf. Hold that stretch. Keep pushing. Work those arms. And let's release. Back to the first side. Leg goes back. Press into it. Hold that stretch. Stretching that calf. Helps your ankle. Hold that stretch. Really push with your arms. Making your arms work. Hold that stretch. And let's switch. So last one of these. Back leg is straight. Press back into that calf stretch. Keep your arms working. Really push. Hold that stretch. And let's release. This time you're gonna put your leg out straight. Keep your toes pointing down. Gonna press your weight into your leg. So push down with your leg muscles. Should feel this stretch the front of your shin. Hold that stretch. So toes are down on this stretch. pressing down with your leg muscles. You should feel that in the front of your shin. And let's release, other side. So leg is out, toes down, press down. Work your legs, make them push down into that stretch. Feel it stretching the front of your shin. Hold that stretch. Arms are holding your body up too. Working your arms. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Back to the first side. Leg out straight. Press down with your leg. Really make your leg work. Feel that stretch in the front of your shin. Hold that stretch. And let's release. And second side. Leg out. Press your weight down. Feel it stretching the front of your shin. Hold that stretch. Press with your leg. Work your leg muscles. Hold that stretch. Now let's release. Let's do a quadricep stretch and let's work on your balance at the same time. So what you're going to do is same arm, same leg will come off the floor. You're going to grab your foot. Bring your knee to it's parallel to the floor. Pull back with your hand. Working on your balance. Lots of core stabilization going on right now. All those muscles in your abdomen region are working to hold yourself stable. Hold that stretch. Try and keep your back flat. Hold that stretch. And let's switch. So other hand comes off the floor, other leg comes off the floor. Grab onto your foot, pull your leg towards you. Keep your back flat. Hold that stretch. Keep holding. Feel that balance going. Hold that stretch. Stretching your quad. You should feel it in the front of your thigh. Keep your back flat. And let's release. Back to the first side. Hold your back flat. One hand, one arm and one leg come off the floor. Pull your foot towards you. Really work that arm. Make sure to pull with your arm. Keep your back flat. So feel that stretching the front of your thigh. Try to keep your hips level. Don't let them turn. Hold that stretch. Pull with your arm. And release. Back to the second side. One foot and the other leg come off. Grab back. Pull your leg towards you. Keep your back flat. Hold that stretch. Pulling with your arm. Make sure to pull with your arm. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Let's stretch your arms. So what we're going to do is bring one arm up. Bring it out as far back as you can. Stretching the pecs in the front of your body. So reach back with your arm. Reach as far back as you can. Now you'll feel the arm on the floor working hard to hold you up. Hold that stretch. Really reach back. And let's release. Let's go the opposite direction. So arm comes up and out. Reaching back. Reach as far back as you can. Hold that stretch. So both arms are working. One is reaching, the other is pressing into the floor. Hold that stretch. And let's release. So back to the first side. Arm goes up and out. Stretching the pecs in the front of your body. Stretching your shoulders. Hold that stretch. Keep reaching. Really reach with your arm. Reach as far as you can. And let's release. Last one of these. And let's reach back. Reach with your arm. Hold that stretch. Really reach. Pressing down with the other hand. Reaching away. And release. So now let's Take our hands pretty far apart. Then we're gonna take one hand, cross it over on top of the other one. We're gonna sit our weight back onto our heels, and we're gonna go in the opposite direction of our hands. So sit back. You should feel that stretching the lats in the upper part of your back. So sitting your weight back. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Second side. One hand down, other hand crosses over. Sit down diagonally away. Your weight's pulling the opposite direction. Hold that stretch. Feel your arms stretching. Gonna help with your shoulder joint. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Back to the first side. So hands wide, other hand crosses over, sit it back. Reaching and pulling with your whole body. Keep your arms still. Hold that stretch. Stretching your upper back. Hold that stretch. And let's do one more of these. Hands apart, arm crosses over, sit it back. Your hips are pulling toward the opposite direction. Hold that stretch. Hold that stretch. And let's release. This is the end of the shorter segment of this workout program. If you're able to, let's keep going. So this time we're gonna sit. We're gonna bring our feet in front of us. Feet are pretty far away. Your knees are bent, heels are facing each other. You're gonna sit up nice and tall. Think of pressing your knees down toward the floor. Bend over, but keep your back flat. Hold that stretch. You're gonna feel that in the outer part of your thigh and your low back. So it's gonna help with your spine and your hip joint. Hold that stretch. Keep pressing down with your knees. Try and press them down into the floor. Hold that stretch. And let's bring it in a little bit closer. Again, nice and tall. Press your knees down toward the floor. Sit up straight this time, nice and tall. Hold that stretch, pressing your knees down into the floor. This one will stretch the inner part of your thighs. Hold that stretch, nice and tall. And let's release. Let's go back to the first one. Feet slide away, nice and tall. Knees down toward the floor, bend over. Hold that stretch. Feel it in your outer thigh and in your low back. So hold that stretch. Keep stretching, keep pressing your knees down toward the floor. Hold that stretch and let's bring it in. Nice and tall, knees down toward the floor. Hold that stretch. Press with your knees, really make your leg muscles work. Stretching that inner thigh. Hold that stretch. And let's release. This time we'll put one leg straight out, keep one leg bent, but we'll lean that knee a little bit away from us. Sit up nice and tall. Let's reach for your toe. Hold that stretch. So this is stretching all down the back of your thigh and into your low back. Hold that stretch. Really reach with your arms. Make your arms work. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Let's switch sides. So other knee bends, other leg goes straight, little off to the side. Sit up straight and reach forward. Hold that stretch. Helping out that spine and your hips. Hold that stretch. Stretching hamstrings, stretching low back. Hold that stretch. Reach with your arms. And let's release. Back to the first leg. Leg out straight. Knee bends off to the side. Nice and tall. Reach forward. Reach as far as you can. Your foot is relaxed. Hold that stretch, nice and tall, chest is out. Reaching forward, reach with your arms. Work your arms while you stretch. And let's release. Last one of these. One leg is straight, other knee bends, nice and tall. Reach forward, foot is relaxed. We're stretching our hamstring, back of your upper thigh and low back. Hold that stretch. Reach with your arms. Hold that stretch. And let's release. This time, leg goes straight, the other knee steps over it. We're gonna hug our knee and bring it to our chest. So hold that stretch, really pull with your arms. So you're working your arms while you stretch. This is gonna stretch in your outer thigh, a little bit low back too. Sit up nice and tall. Hold that stretch. Work in your arms. Hold that there. And let's release. So one leg straight, other foot steps over it. Hug your knee, bring your leg into your chest. Nice and tall. Sit up nice and tall and hug your knee. Hold that stretch. And let's release, back to the first side. So sit up nice and tall, knee steps over, hug your knee to your chest. Hold that stretch. Work your arms. Really pull with your arms. Hold that stretch. And let's release. So last one of these. Legs out straight. One steps over. Pull your knee into your chest, sitting up nice and tall. Pull your knee toward your chest. Work those arms. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Similar, let's step over with our foot, but this time we're gonna put our opposite arm across, other arm down on the floor, and we're gonna push away to stretch our low back. So hold that stretch. You should feel it in your lower back. Get some mobility back in that spine. Hold that stretch. Keep pushing with your arm. Hold that stretch. And let's switch sides. So leg out straight, other foot steps over, arm goes against your leg, other arm is pushing down into the floor, sit up nice and tall, twist away. Hold that stretch. Stretch in your hip and your lower back. Push down into the ground with your hand on the floor. Hold that stretch, sit up nice and tall. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Back to the first side. Foot steps over, nice and tall. Arm goes against your leg. And let's twist. Push with your hand on the floor. Push with your arm against your leg. Hold that stretch. Let's hold that stretch. And let's release. Last one of these. Legs out straight. One foot steps up and over, nice and tall. Leg against your arm against your leg. And let's twist around. Hold that stretch. Feel both arms working. Hold that stretch. Good for the hips and the spine. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Let's go ahead and lay on down. So we'll lay flat back on the floor. We're gonna pull one leg toward us. Hold that stretch. Pulling your leg towards you. You should feel that stretching in your hamstring, but working the front of your thigh while you do that stretch. Now let's bring our arms out to the side. Let's reach that foot toward the floor. Go as low as you can. If you feel any discomfort, you can bend your knee back if you need to. Let's hold that stretch. Keep your opposite shoulder flat on the floor. Don't let that come off the floor. bring it back up. Pull it towards you. Hold that stretch. And release. Other side. So leg goes straight up. Pull it towards you. Stretching hamstring, but working the front of your thigh while you do it. Hold that stretch. And let's let our leg go down to the side, but keep your arm down on the floor. Leg goes over. Again, if you feel any discomfort, just bend your knee. Hold it straight. Hold that leg. And let's bring it back up to center. Again, pull it towards you. Hold that stretch. Feel those leg muscles working while you hold that stretch. And let's release. And now let's go into a full body stretch. So you're gonna reach with your arms, point with your toes, so your whole body is stretching. Reach with your arms. And then let's bend your knees, pull them in towards you, grab behind your legs. Bring your knees as close to your chest as you can. Hold that stretch, stretching your lower back. Hold that stretch there. And let's repeat. Stretch everything out. Full body stretch. Arms are stretching, your abs are stretching. Your toes are pointing and stretching your legs. Hold that stretch. And then let's bring your knees in towards you. Grab behind them. Pull your legs in towards you. Stretching your lower back. Hold that stretch, work your arms. Really pull with your arms while you do that stretch. And let's release. This time we're gonna roll over onto our side, onto our front. Let's get onto all fours. Then we're gonna stretch our low back a different way. We're gonna sit back onto our heels. Both of our arms are gonna go straight out to the front. So our arms are pulling one direction, our hips are pulling the other. Let's sit it on down. Hold that stretch. Stretching your low back. And let's release so we get back up onto all fours. Let's sit it on back again. Hold that stretch, sitting your weight down onto your heels. Reach with your arms are reaching the other direction. Hold that stretch. Reach with your arms, sitting back on your heels. Hold that stretch. And let's come on up. This time we're gonna put one leg out in front of us. Stand up nice and tall. And then we're gonna shift our weight forward toward our front leg. So you're gonna feel that stretching in those hip flexors. Hold that stretch. Your leg's gonna be working while you do this stretch. Hold that there, stretching the hip flexors. Make sure your back is nice and straight. Hold that stretch, and let's switch. So other leg steps out in front of you. Make sure your back is nice and straight. Let's shift our weight forward. Hold that stretch. Feel that stretching your hip flexor. Front leg's working, doing the stretch. Make sure you're nice and tall, good posture. These hip flexor muscles get short when you sit a lot during the day, so it's important to stretch those out. Hold that stretch. And let's release. First side again. So leg goes back, one leg goes front, nice and tall. Let's lean forward. Hold that stretch. Stretching that hip flexor. Hold that there. Back is straight, good posture. Hold that stretch. And let's release, one more of these. Foot goes out, nice and tall. Lean forward into that stretch. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Let's try and stand from this position. Stand it on up, and And then let's switch legs. Going down, let's try standing up with this leg. Stand it on up. Okay, nice and tall, we're good. Let's stretch out our arms. Let's reach one arm across. You can hold on with your other arm, press it into your chest. You should feel this stretching in your shoulder. Hold that stretch. Stretching your shoulder, nice and tall. Make sure your back is straight. Hold that stretch, let's release. Let's switch sides. Arm reaches across. Press with your other hand. Really think of reaching with your straight out hand. Reach with that arm, make it work. Press with this hand. Hold that stretch. Stretching out your shoulder. Let's release, repeat. First side, reaching across, pressing in with your hand. Hold that stretch. Stretch your shoulders. Hold that stretch, really reaching, really pushing. And release, last one of these. Arm goes across, press it in. Hold that stretch. And let's release those. So now what we'll do is reach up, palms facing back, pat yourself on the back, and then let's give it a little push with your other hand, stretching out your tricep and your lats. So give it a little push. Your hand is trying to creep down your back. It's really reaching down your back. Little push with your other hand, gentle push. Hold that stretch, stretching your tricep. And let's release, other side. Arm goes straight up, palm facing back. Pat yourself on the back. Try and reach down your back and then give it a little push. Little gentle push with your other hand. Arm is reaching down your back. You feel that working in this arm. You try to reach down your back. Gentle push with your other hand. Hold that stretch. And let's release, back to the first side. Arms straight up, palm facing back, pat yourself on the back, reach down your back, gentle push with your other hand, stretching that tricep. Hold that there, keep reaching, gentle push with your other hand. Hold that stretch, and let's release, last one of these. Arm goes up, pat yourself on the back, hold that stretch, and little push with your opposite arm. Hold that there, really reaching. Hold that stretch. Good for your shoulders and your elbows. And let's release. Let's put our feet a little bit wider apart. Stand up nice and tall, make sure to keep your back flat. What we're gonna do is stretch our neck. So you're gonna look at your opposite toe. Really look down hard toward your opposite toe. Hold that stretch. You should feel that stretching in your neck. Hold that stretch. Keep looking down hard. And let's release. Other side. Back is straight. Looking over. Looking down at your opposite toe. Even to a point just outside your opposite toe. Hold that stretch. Feel it in your neck. And let's release. Let's repeat. So looking down, just outside your opposite toe. Hold that stretch. Stretching your neck. Hold that there. And let's release. And last one of these. Looking down hard at a spot on the floor just beyond your toe. Hold that stretch. Looking down hard, helping with your neck. And let's release. Now let's stretch our wrists. So one arm out straight, your fingers are pointing down. Let's push our hand back toward your arm. Push gently, you should feel that stretching in the top of your wrist. Hold that stretch. for your wrists. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Flip your arm over. Again, fingers are pointing down. Pulling back. Gently pulling back toward your arm. Hold that stretch. Stretching the top part of your wrist. So the other side. Hold that stretch. Hold that stretch, stretching your wrist. And let's release. Back to the first side. Fingers point down, pull them towards you. Stretches the side that's on top. Hold that stretch. Hold that stretch in your wrist, pulling with your other arm. And let's release. One more of these. Flip your arm over, fingers point down, pull them back towards you. Hold that stretch. Keep pulling. And let's release. Let's do the other side. So arm out straight, fingers point down, pull them towards you. Hold that stretch. Let's stand up nice and tall while we're doing this. Always good posture. Hold that stretch. And let's release. So flip your arm over, fingers point down, pull them back. Hold that stretch. Pulling with your arm, gently pulling. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Back to the first way. Fingers point down, pull them back towards you. Hold that stretch. Standing up nice and tall. Hold that stretch. And let's switch. So fingers down, pull them back towards you. So fingers always point down. Hold that stretch. Hold that stretch. And let's release. Now let's stretch your upper back. So we're gonna bend over, reaching forward. Arms go forward. The only time you round your back, otherwise nice and tall. Hold that stretch, really reaching with your arms, stretching your upper back. Let your shoulder blades separate from each other. Reaching forward. Get all that tension out of your neck. Hold that stretch. And let's release it and reach back. So you can lean back a little bit, reach back with your arms. Your rib cage should be open and stretching. Stretching out your pecs in the front of your upper torso, your shoulders, biceps. Hold that stretch. And let's repeat. Rounding your back, hands go together. Reach forward, really reach as far as you can. Hold that stretch, really reaching. Hold that stretch, reach. And release, and again to the back. Reaching toward the back. As far as you can. Chest is up and open. Hold that stretch. Hold that there. And let's release. Let's go ahead and reach up for the sky. Like we did in the beginning, reach for the sky. Drop it down. And release. Reach for the sky. Drop it down. And release. Reach for the sky. Heel drop, try and do those throughout the day. They're good for increasing bone density. Reach for the sky. Little heel drop down. And release. Last one of these. Really reach, try and hold it. Reach for the sky as far as you can, up on your tiptoes. Drop it down and release. So congratulations on finishing this workout program where you're stretching and toning and strengthening your muscles at the same time. Make sure to do this regularly. Combine it with some resistance training and some aerobic exercise for your complete workout program.